I'm sorry. I wanted to not partake in this one. I wanted to say, leave the man alone. But then when I find out that he's talking to sluts on the internet in his basement while dressing like a trans dude, it crosses the line of I can't not make fun of it. You know, before it was keep it classy, and then it became, we got it. I can't leave that one alone. And so let's delve in. And partially the reason, you know, just to argue for why I'm not being a complete scumbag, is that now I think this is in the realm of politics, which makes you wonder how much dirt do they have on everybody? How is it possible that the second the machine decides to turn on you, they suddenly have a file about financial scandals? They suddenly know about your affairs. When that doesn't get you totally to walk away and leave politics, they suddenly have a folder of what your husband's doing in the basement of your home. How is it? You're telling me, it makes me think. I'm going full conspiratorial. It's Friday night. If you're listening to the show, you're bored. You want some bonkers talk. And I think that they must have folders on everybody. That's my takeaway from this. It can't be that once in a while, the machine just decides to turn on a person and then they just suddenly come up with this information. I believe that they have folders on everybody. These people are all deviants and creeps running Washington, D.C., posing as conservatives or posing as people that care about trans and windmills. And then the second the machine turns on them and wants them to go away, they're either in the Epstein files or they're not, because they've got a wholesome marriage arrangement where one person is cheating on their spouse with the subordinate at work. That's pretty cool to be a lady with a bitch boy subordinate. I'm going to assume he has a nice piece. If I was living my life as a lady and I was getting all sorts of plastic surgery done to try and update my look, I would want a subordinate with a nice penis. I hope that doesn't sound too gay. I'm saying if I was a lady, I don't want to be a lady, nor am I attracted to men. But if I had to pick, and then I would also like a husband who has a sexual kink for wearing fake tits in the basement so that I wouldn't have to feel bad about my affair. So listen, you know, we were all making fun of Kristi Noem for being a loser, but maybe she's a real winner in this transaction. All right, and it does leave me with quite a few questions as to what actually was going on here. Is this like an ideal marriage where two Christians get together, they're high school lovers, and they fall in love, and then, you know, relationships get boring? And I'm never in one, so I don't actually know this. But, you know, from what I read on the internet, people get bored in their relationships. They're looking to spice things up. And you're so lucky to be in love with an individual you'll support them while they cheat on you. And they'll support you and stay with you while you wear fake tits and yoga pants in the basement. Is that a loving relationship? Or is that a failed relationship because neither person's holding the other one to be accountable? And then you got to wonder who struck first. Did Kristi Noem go out and cheat on this man and then he felt embarrassed and he was like, why can't I have big old beautiful gorgeous tits that everyone in the world wants to sleep with me? And he thought, you know what? I'm going to fantasize having the world's biggest tits. I'm going to hang out in the basement, talk to sluts on the internet, pay them $25 an hour to talk about how great I am because my wife never tells me how great I am. I'm going to play with my big old juicy tits in the basement. Or was he playing with big old juicy tits in the basement, no longer interested in Kristi Noem? And Kristi Noem's like, listen, I'm in politics. We can't be getting a divorce. Doesn't make me look good as I pretend to be a Christian conservative who wants to kick illegal immigrants out of the country and talk about terrorism and look really good on horses. This isn't a good look for me. So I'm going to go sleep with other people and you have fun with your fake tits in the basement. I don't know if anyone's going to do this kind of journalism to muck crack what went wrong here. I will tell you my strongest takeaway of the story, and this is the problem with engaging with hookers, sluts, and strippers, is that, you know, you would think if you paid a lady $25 a minute, she'd keep her mouth shut. You'd think if you run up a $20,000 phone sex tab with a lady, she'd have the decency to want to protect the business model for the other women, and she wouldn't say anything. But the problem with if a whore robs you, what are you going to do? Call him a whore? What do you do? That's exactly the thing. That's the position that they're in. That's the job that they're doing. And so there's really not much recourse or shame that you can apply their way when it turns out that they're operating in a non-dignified manner.